international racing. Asia Talent Cup, of course, it is a support race which held along with the MotoGP. So there's one round already over and there are 4 rounds to go. So one of our riders we have trained, we have grown, is participating over there and representing India. Coming to FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. So there are 4 different classes: 150cc, 250, 600 and 1000cc. So it's a like multi-manufacturer race, and currently our team we are participating in 250cc. So I'll just show you a small glimpses of the race. Please proceed. So let's come to your favorite topic, and most of you follow MotoGP. So let's understand what is MotoGP is all about. So MotoGP is maybe world, like pinnacle of world championships, which has 3 categories: Moto3, Moto2, and Moto3. So let's understand what are the difference in all these 3 categories. So first is MotoGP, which is like a 1000cc class. And Moto2 is 765cc class. There is a single cylinder set engine supply in this category. And Moto3 is 250cc class. Right? So we have. So of course different manufacturers participate over there. And currently for Honda we have 4 riders who are representing our team. So Rupa Marini, Yonmi, Nakagami, and Jato, who are representing Honda team. And then in Moto2 we have some Indonesian high riders, and in Moto3 we have our Japanese high riders who are representing Honda. This is the calendar. So already 9 rounds has been completed and there are 11 rounds to go. I know unfortunately Indian round is not happening. So let's have a small glimpses of what happened in German GP. So let's understand what's the basically a MotoGP weekend looks like. So basically they are practice sessions, qualifying sessions. From 3 years they have started a sprint race and so in MotoGP there are 4 practice sessions. In Moto3 and 2 there are only 3 practice sessions. Next. So how a grid position is decided? You understand what is a grid position? Which riders will start from which place? So basically, when there's a practice sessions, they take a best lap time out of those practice sessions. So in combined practice, you see the best lap time. So the riders, let's suppose there are 24 riders, for example. So in MotoGP class, the top 10 riders will directly go to qualifying. In case of Moto3 and Moto2, the top 14 riders directly go to qualifying 2. So what happens to the remaining riders? They go to qualifying 1. Right? And in qualifying 1, in case of MotoGP, the top 2 joins the best 10 riders in qualifying 2. In case of Moto2 and Moto3, the best 4 riders from this joins their riders in qualifying. I hope you understand this. Or I need to explain it again. Got it? And how the grid positions are decided, qualifying 1 and qualifying 2. Next. So this is how your grids looks like. So how they start from the grid. Next. So you have seen that there are so many sessions. 4 practice sessions, qualifying 1, qualifying 2, warm up, race, sprint race. So of course, there are some tires which are allocated. Okay, it's not like they can use infinite number of tires. So in MotoGP there are some classifications that how much tire they can use. Okay, so they are allocated almost like 22 tires per stick, 10 front, 12 rear. For wet tires they are getting 7 front and 8 rears. So of course they have a different compound like soft, medium, hard tires. And for rain there are soft and medium tires. And the rear tire also have a different kind of characteristics, like the one side is softer, the other side is harder. So it depends that kind of circuit the team strategize that which tires to use for that particular race, which compound and which sides needs to be softer, which sides needs to be harder. So of course they change the pattern. And how the scoring system? So the rider who wins the race get 25 points, followed by 20, 15. So up to 15th position, they get the championship points, which is added to all the 20 or 21 rounds which happens in a year to decide who's the champion. In case of the sprint race, which is a half lap race of the circuit, which happens usually on Saturday, they get the half of the championship points. Next. Let's understand some basic rules which we need to watch out. So like if riders are coming out of the pit, they need to maintain a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. If they exceed, they get penalized. Next. Jump start, of course, like here you can see one rider before the light goes on. If you start the race, it's called a jump start. So again, it will incur some kind of penalty. Dangerous riding. Some glimpses that if you are doing any dangerous riding, putting risk to your fellow riders, of course you get penalized. Some example of some 2-3 years back, a rider took out his chest protector and threw it on the circuit, so that is also considered as dangerous riding. Yeah, very interesting this thing that there is a white line at each circuit and there is a rumble strip on the corners. So rider is allowed only to be inside this white line or at the corners they can come to the rumble strip, but they cannot go beyond it. Right? If they are doing for the first time, they will receive a warning. If they are doing for the second time, so they will of course get penalized. If they are doing this in qualifying sessions, so that lap time is got cancelled. In race, of course, the team will decide what penalty to be given on the number of offenses. So there are some penalties like long lap penalty, time penalty, like adding the time in the total race time, position degrade. Right to this, they have to come to the pit, right in a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, and then join their group. Start from the back of the pit lane start, or maybe disqualification. So this long lap penalty was introduced 4 years back into the MotoGP. So basically, this is all the MotoGP circuits who are there in the world. They have one extra long lap made in that circuit. So the rider is shown that you need to go for a long lap penalty, so they have to take some extra distance. So that is the kind of penalty which has been introduced in MotoGP 4 years back. So, like most of you are motorsports fans, but you know, like in Formula One, they have a radio communication to communicate with their team. But how we do on a motorcycling racing? So basically, we are the pit side roads which their team shows, and rider needs to read it while riding at speed of more than 300 kilometers per hour. Right? So it's very difficult for them, but still, that's how it is. So let's understand some flags. You must have seen that in the racing event, the marshal shows some flags. So let's understand that the flag, what is meaning. So green flag is basically the track is clear whenever there is some incident. So some flags are there. So if they have shown green flag, that means track is clear, they are ready to go. They can ride as per their choice. When there is a yellow flag shown, like a single yellow flag, that means they have to be cautious. Right? There is some incident happened and the riders will be cautious. If they are double yellow, that means they have to be extra cautious because there is some hazard, maybe some debris or something is there on the track. So they have to be extra cautious on the double yellow. Blue flag. So of course in Formula One it is very common. Not in MotoGP you have seen the blue flag, but like many car races you see that you need when you get overlapped, the slowest rider gets overlapped by the fastest rider. He shows the blue flag to clear the racing line and allow the faster rider to get faster. Surface flag, which is shown in red and yellow, which means that there is some oil or fluid is there on the track, so you have to be very extra cautious moving that way. Black flag, like we see commonly to some politician also, black flag, that means go back. So in MotoGP is like disqualification, you go back to the pit, you are disqualified, your race is over. Black and orange flag is like mechanical problem, you need to stop the bike immediately wherever you are to the nearest marshal post. Like mechanical failure is something like that. A rider is riding at 300 kilometers per hour, he doesn't know that there is a smoke coming out or there is some fire happening because he is focused on the race. So that flag is shown to him that just stop the bike and get off that bike. So a red cross white flag means that at some portion of the circuit, see normally the circuits are 5 kilometers, average 5 kilometers long. So at some corners rain has started. To inform that the rain has started somewhere, they show this flag. And the complete white flag means wet race is declared. They can come in the pit and change their bike with the wet tires to compete in the remaining race. Red flag, like race is stopped. Maybe this flag is shown when there is a very major incident happened. Because see, motorsports is a dangerous sport. So if a major incident happens and the ambulance needs to come to the circuit, so the race is getting stopped. So then the red flag is shown, that means every rider needs to come back to the pit and check it, of course, that's the finish of the race. So Honda legacy in MotoGP, we are the most successful team with 21 rider championship, more than 300 MotoGP wins and 25 constructor championship. The Honda is the most successful MotoGP team. So small video about our history, about our legacy. So that was the MotoGP. And there's another form of racing which is called endurance racing. So like in MotoGP you have like 24 lap race, 26 lap race or 48 lap race depending on the circuit length. Endurance racing is time-based racing, 24 hours race, 8-hour race, right? So have you heard 24 hours race? Ford versus Ferrari, you must have watched that movie. So 24 hours Le Mans circuit race. So in motorcycle also we have like the Endurance World Championship where Honda competes on a bike which is CBR 1000 RR 500. Previous. So currently, like in this racing, there's not a single rider who rides that bike. There are 3 riders, team of 3 riders who participate. So currently with the Honda team with us, we have 3 riders, Johan Jaco and 2 Japanese riders. Jaco is also riding in MotoGP as well. So this year we have 4 rounds in Endurance Championship. First happened in Le Mans for 24 hours, then in Belgium 8 hours, and today while we are sitting over here, a race at Suzuka circuit in Japan, 8-hour race is already going on. So almost 2 hours has been gone and our team is leading right now over there. And another in September there will be another 24-hour race at France. So how the race is started, so just showing how the endurance race is starting. So basically all the riders, depending on their qualifying time, they stand here and their team mechanic or petrol, he holds the bike. The engine already started. They hold the bike. This person, he will stand over here and just wave the flag. That means you need to run. So they run, get on their bike and then start the race. So this is how a start of endurance racing happens. Next. So this is the race start looks like. So they take their bike, go out, maybe after completing 45 or 30 laps, depending on their race strategy, they come to the pit, they get the bike refueled, get the tire change, get the rider change, and then again. So right now at Suzuka there's an 8-hour race already happening. Next. Now let's talk about off-road racing. We have talked about circuit racing. So off-road means off-road, right? When you don't have a particular tarmac to race upon, you have different type of conditions on which you race. So we have trial GP, we have motocross, we have rally sport. So I will start with the rally. So of course rally has a different kind of rally events happen across the world. One of the famous rally events is Dakar Rally. If you are motorsports lover, you must have heard about Dakar Rally. So what is the history of Dakar Rally? So it started in 1978. Earlier it was known as Paris Dakar Rally. It used to start from the Europe, come to the shores of Spain, then enter to the Africa. So there's a place called Dakar in Senegal. So there it used to end. So it was known as Paris Dakar Rally. So from Europe, Africa, it happened from 1978 to 2007. In 2008, this race didn't happen because of some terrorism in African region. And then the event was shifted to South America, to Argentina, Chile. So for almost 11 years, this event was hosted there. And from 2020 onwards, Saudi Arabia is hosting this event. So for 45 years, this race is happening. So as many of you have seen Africa Twin, so Africa Twin was also drive from our rally bike, which is CRF 450 rally. And Honda has won 7 championships in this Dakar rally tournament. Let's understand more about this. So this is a basically rally route for 2025, which is happening in Saudi Arabia. So in January month 2025 it will happen. There will be almost 7, the riders will be covering more than 7,000 kilometers. There will be 12 stages, like for the 12 days they need to race and qualify. So this is how it looks like. Like they will start from here, they will go complete Saudi Arabia, they will pitch in the tent somewhere in the desert, stay for the night, and again next day they will start again. So this is how the rally is. It is very tough. So you must be wondering, do they know what is the route? So there is a road book for them. Yes. So rider just not only have to ride the bike, he also needs to understand what is the rally or route map. So just a day before they are giving the route map for that particular state, they need to understand it, they have to read it, and of course they will install that on their bikes. So and it will keep on rolling. Okay, so they need to understand that from this point that they right, left, how much right, how much left. It's not that 98 degree or 45 degree or 30 degree. So that's how they need to understand the road book, they need to memorize it, and also then put the bike and then complete the race. Next. So this is the bike which I am talking about, on which we are riding in the championships in the car. So small glimpses of that last year, our rider Ricky Brave from USA won that Dakar rally. So there is a small glimpses from that. Okay, next.
Pretty good, so this Dakar was going to be tough, but it was perfect.
Yeah, we are at the marathon. Yeah, the rest is the recent. So it started off this morning on third, so it was a bit tricky. You guys that were one of the beats are the max. So every race is like on the floor. Overall, happy with it.